Hi guys, so today I'm going to do a comparison video for you where I'm going to be comparing two products, one which is from a higher end brand and the other is it's basically a drugstore brand, so that you can see that if you don't own a high-end brand product, it's nothing that you're missing, and drugstore brands are equally good as well. So the products that I'm going to be comparing for you are the Maybelline, this is a MAC paint pot versus the Maybelline color tattoos. Now both of these products have been in the market like forever, so they are not new products to the market that I'm comparing, but I am just wanting to do this video for those of you who want to know what they are, how they work, and any other thing about them. So all of that good stuff will be in this video, so let's start. Now both of these are essentially cream eyeshadows that they are promoted as basically long wearing cream eyeshadows, and I like to believe that they can also be used for like an eyeshadow primer or an eyeshadow base, because they actually work well for it. Now the MAC paint pots and Maybelline color tattoos, they both look very similar to each other. Their packaging is standard. They come in glass jars with a screw cap on top, so the packaging of both of these products is exactly the same. There's no difference. So this is what they look side by side. So this one here is MAC, and then this is the color tattoo. So they are very they're similar, they're same. In fact, if you put them side by side, it's really hard to tell which is MAC and then which is Maybelline. The only difference in the packaging that I can see is that the information of the product and everything is written for Maybelline on the cap, while the paint pot has all of that information written at the bottom of the jar. So that is the only packaging wise difference that I cannot see. The MAC paint pots have 5 grams of product in them, and the color tattoos have 4 grams of product in them. But when you compare the pricing of both of these, there is a hell of a difference. The paint pots retail for anywhere between $14.50 to $17.50. If they are limited edition, they are promoted as a limited edition shade or brand, then they will be like in the range of $17, $18.50. And Maybelline color tattoos, you can get them in the market for $375 rupees, and you can get them for a lesser price or at some discounted price on some online websites as well. So if you compare the quantity versus price, sure, Maybelline is a gram less than MAC, but pricing is hell of a difference. You can get 5 Maybelline color tattoos almost in the price of one paint pot. So that is the price difference, which is humongous. MAC paint pots have a variety of shades in them. That is very typical to MAC. If you would have seen my MAC starter kit video, I did mention in that video that MAC has a whole variety and selection of products within a single product. So with the paint pots also, they have like neutrals, they have dark colors, they have formulations as well. They have like matte finish paint pots, you have shimmer finishes like shimmery paint pots, you have some of them which are in between matte and shimmery. So that is one thing good about the paint pots. You can get some color to suit your mood and to suit your requirement, to suit your skin. You can definitely get a color. The colored tattoos, on the other hand, though I'm very happy with this color selection, the colors that are in the market available for us, I'm a little disappointed not to see a whole neutral, not to see many neutral shades. The only neutral shade that I could pick is Back to the Bronze, that looks like this. And this isn't exactly a neutral shade because it's more of a bronzy brown color, but in comparison to the others, that's one shade I really liked. You can use it as a neutral to an extent. So I would have really loved if Maybelline could have come out with more neutral shades flesh tone colors that you can wear as eyeshadow primers, because these work excellent as eyeshadow primers as well. They are like non-creasing and they last all day. They are non-fading, so they work very well as eyeshadow primers. I would have really loved to see more neutrals in the Maybelline color tattoos. But having said that, I still love the shade selection. You have some funky shades like these, like really dark colors like these, and then you have some crazy shades. Like I got this one, Tenacious Teal, this is called, and that's a pretty dark, like, you know, it's a very nice teal color. And you have one Fierce Tangy, which is like a bright orange shade, and then you have Painted Purple, which is a purple shade, which is very similar to Half Wild from MAC. So you know, in general, I really loved the shade selection of the color tattoos, but I would have really loved if they would have had some more neutrals, hopefully in the future. Both of these, MAC as well as the color tattoos, have a long-lasting staying power. They do last for 8, 10, 12 hours. And in fact, Maybelline color tattoo is on the written, it's supposed to be 24-hour eyeshadow, so it's written on the cap. Now really, I haven't worn it for 24 hours, and I don't think anybody would have worn it for 24 hours, but let us assume even if it lasts for 17, 18 hours, that is excellent, and that's exactly how long a paint pot lasts. Color tattoos are supposed to last for 24 hours. If anybody has worn it for 24 hours, please do let me know about that longer staying power. But in general, I've worn these for like a whole day, like a 12-13 hour day, like office or your party function, and they do last. They do not crease, they do not fade, and they just help the eyeshadow be more vibrant. So I love that fact in both of them. Talking about the availability, obviously MAC is available only at MAC Pro stores or MAC standalone stores, but you can get Maybelline color tattoos everywhere. You can go to any Maybelline counter, you can buy them online, and you can basically get them anywhere you want. So that is one thing about the availability. So you don't have to worry if you cannot lay your hands on a MAC. You have Maybelline to your rescue. So that is amazing thing about the color tattoos, that you don't have to worry about where do I get one shade or where do I get a Maybelline color tattoo. Just log in on any of the websites, or you can just walk into your Maybelline counter and you can find these over there. So availability, Maybelline definitely takes points over MAC. I'll swatch some of the shades for you so that you can see how similar they are. The first one that I will swatch, this one is MAC's Bare Stubby Paint Pot, and it's basically a champagne-y, shimmery paint pot. That's how it looks, and I'll swatch it right there. So that's the swatch, and it's, you can see it's a kind of like of course a champagne shimmery shadow. Now you have to give them a couple of seconds to set, obviously, and then you will see that this is a non-budge paint pot. And then I'll compare. This one is the color tattoo Tenacious Teal. I really love this one, and I'll swatch this as well for you. So there is the swatch of the Tenacious Teal. Isn't that gorgeous teal color? I just happen to love it a lot. And then there is the swatch. See, one single swipe you get the color, and it's pretty intense. But you do have to give the color tattoos a little more time than the paint pot to settle, because paint pots usually settle down in a couple of seconds. Maybe you give a minute or so for the color tattoo to settle down, and then it will be a no smudge shadow. The way it's right now, it might definitely smudge. So see, there it is. It doesn't move. So that is one thing good about the color tattoos. And then this one is MAC's Paint Pot Constructivist, which is a dark bronzy brown color. I don't even know how to describe some of these colors, but that is what it looks. And then that's how it swatches. Now my this paint pot is kind of dried because it's very old, so it's kind of dried, so it really hasn't given a gorgeous swatch. But believe me, when I bought it, it was really very nice. Now that is one thing about these paint pots, is that they dry quickly. I mean, you know, they are not like the formulation of some of these is not as creamy as you would expect. Like Bare Steady has been with me for the same time as Constructivist, but Constructivist has dried out and Bare Steady has not dried out. So that same thing I'm facing even with the color tattoos. Like Back to the Bronze, which is this one. It's a gorgeous shade, but it's I feel it's a little drier than what I bought it. So this one is the swatch of Back to the Bronze, and this one is the swatch. I hope you can see this one right here. It's a very bad swatch, forgive me guys, but I'm really not good in swatching. I really have to get better at that. But so that is it. I really love this Back to the Bronze, and it is the highly recommended shade from the Color Tattoo range. So it's amazing. Now there is one thing that the drying, you know, these color tattoos or paint pots could be a little drying, especially if you're not using them regularly, and they are like, you know, if you keep them in, like, you know, way that they dry fast, or even if you don't keep them in any bad way, they are eventually going to dry because they're cream eyeshadows, and I don't know what is it in their formulation that makes them dry, but it's kind of really it's kind of irritating that they dry out. Like this one is Painterly. This is a matte finish one, and this is basically just a flesh tone color, which is very, very creamy, and it doesn't dry out as well. I don't know if you can see it, it's right here. You won't be able to see it as well because it's flesh tone, so it's very similar to my skin color. But this is really creamy and it's matte finish, so that is one thing good. Like I said, that I would have loved if Color Tattoos also would have had some matte finish formulations in them, but nevertheless they are good. So I hope you've all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Till then, take care and have a nice day. Bye bye.